Good evening everyone. Today we are going to discuss about additive manufacturing process. It comes in the fifth module of computer integrated manufacturing subject. Already we have discussed about the photopolymerization and material jetting. Now we are going to discuss about the binder jetting and material extrusion process. First we are going to discuss about the binder jetting process. In the binder jetting process, it has two materials. One is the build material, another one will be the binders. So binder is in the usually liquid form, and build material used as in the metals, so like polymers as well as ceramics used as a metals over here, then that will be in the powder form. The binder acts as a adhesives over here. Okay, the print material binders, it will be move on the x and y direction, and build platform it will be moves on the z directions. And poor mechanical properties are not used for the structural applications. Then comes and discuss about the process steps. So first, powder material is in the container. It will be pushed with the help of the recorder or roller towards to the build platform. Then the printed deposit the binder adhesive on top of the powder according to the required shape, or according to the required shape, the location, the print binder, it will be deposit the binders over here. Then the binder adheres to the powder particles. Then build platform is lowered distance equal to the model layer thickness. According to the whatever thickness of the layer we required, the build platforms, it will be moved downward. Then the layer has to be uh, produced over here. And also, once the layer is producing, that time we allow some time to cure the layer. Once it will be cured, again the powder material, it will be placed on the layers. Then the printed deposit again the binder to the above the layer to adhere or join the powder materials. The process repetitively, it will be takes place according to the uh, whatever shape the CAD design, it will be provided. Up to that, the process will be repeated, then shape will be get it over here. So now we'll discuss about the advantages of this binder jetting material. Pots can be made with range different color at a time. Some 2-3 colors it will be placed over in the those components, and the process is generally faster than other process. So this is the advantages of the binder jetting process. Then comes into the disadvantages. uh, Part produced with the technology are basically parts particles glued together, resulting in fragile parts with limited mechanical properties. At any time, this can be uh, uh, fragile is possible over here. This is the binder jetting process disadvantages. Comes into the next one, material extrusion process. The material extrusion process, the filament is drawn into the nozzle. Before it will enter into the nozzle, the heating it will be takes place, and the filament into the molten state, and it will be deposited layer on the build platforms, where it will be cools and solidifies. The nozzle can move horizontally in the x and y direction as it is, and build material it will be move on the z directions. So according to the layer thickness, the build material it will be move on to the z directions. So this process is also known as fuse deposition modeling process. Okay. Material extrusion process readily available ABS plastics. Then the process has many factors such as nozzle shape influenced on the thickness of the uh, layers. Okay, the the material added into the nozzle, it is in the constant pressure. It will be constantly the filament is drawn into the nozzle over here. Now we are going to see about the process steps. The filament in the form of spool is drawn into the nozzle, where in the heater it will be melted over here. Then under the constant pressure, the nozzle deposited the melted material on the build material. So once it will be cooled, again the next layer has to be formed over here. So according to the CAD model, the required shape we can get it over in the this material extrusion process. Okay, so the process the continuously repeated according to get the required shape. So usually the process is widely used and inexpensive process. This is the advantages of this material extrusion process. And the disadvantages is the nozzle radius is limited and reduce the limited, and accuracy and speed are low in compared to other process. So and also here support structures are used over in the this material extrusion process. So the main thing is that we have to remember the filament is drawn constant pressure to the heating element, and also constant pressure it will be deposited on the build material. So these points has to be remembered over here. So this is also called it as fusion deposit modeling, deposition modeling, this process. So this is about the material extrusion process.